to Birganj and Janakpur. Then Janakpur, Bardivas, and Biratnagar, Dharan. So what I mean is, among 8 economic regions, we see 2 of them are more like urban region kind of thing, and other 6 are more like on urban corridors. So recognizing these dynamics, actually, the government really started to see this area as a and translate it into the policy. So what new urban policy says is, see, these are the dynamics, mega urban region and corridors. So we have to recognize the urban system now. What that urban system means, if we think one urban region or the corridor, then what we can think is more like on that area, the urban system appears. The urban system means the exchange of goods, peoples, and services happen in a place, in one territorial region, so that we can think of cities like Kathmandu Valley with the cities of Dhulikhel, Pat, and Dhading all around, so that the system works around. I mean, so what that means is we have to recognize that in an economic way. So that the more policy happen on that way. So based on this, we think the institutional reform and the policy reform all the way. And what Dr. Lohane actually says on that is, the policy really goes on greed process, on green, resilient, and understanding the people. So our policy shows on that way. In terms of legal system, we had a Town Development Act, which is more like changing the physical features of the land. But now we are conceiving to have a Urban Development Act, and which is more like federalizing the act, so that local levels and the provinces could work on transforming the land on that way, so that approving the physical plan, implementing physical plan, and having that physical plan to happen with government system or the private system. So these are the basic changes on that. And based on it, so what we can conceive is two major things. One is implementation by local government, provincial government, and federal government. And the second one is financing mechanism like Town Development Fund or other funds, ADB, World Bank, and development partners could work on that, so that urban system happens as a tool for development of cities. Thank you.
Thank you, Padamji, by highlighting the national government policies and also with the experiences of our own in the past. I would like to go to Lalitpur Mayor, Lalitpur Metropolitan City, Chiri Babu Maharjan. The Mayor Sahab, with your extensive experience of being Mayor of LMC for 2 consecutive terms and also facing challenges due to recent phenomena of climate change, will you please let us know how the LMC is taking ahead its city planning and development efforts? Can you also please highlight on how these plans being implemented with special consideration of the governance, such as the perspective of the participation, transparency, etc. So can you please highlight the challenges that we are facing and the approach that we have taken?
Thank you for the question. First of all, I would like to thank Nepal government for organizing this Sagarmatha Sambaad 2025, and wherein I'm invited and I represent Lalitpur Metropolitan City. Okay, regarding your question, my answers are like due to the climate change, we are experiencing a lot of new devastating things. Like a few years ago, we had tornado, which it's quite new thing for Nepalese people, okay? That was happened. And similarly, in September 2024, we had devastating rainfall. Dr. Lohane has nicely mentioned that. And in this, now the problem is, these are really new things, new devastating events happen. So in that case, we were indeed not prepared for such big, unexpected phenomenon. Just take an example. We claim Lalitpur Metropolitan City is the best in managing the what we say, it's the devastating things, okay? But last September, the problem was, it's the excessive rainfall, and there were 4 people on the roof, but we could not save them because we didn't have boats, okay? So, but we used to claim that we are very good in saving in the emergency cases. But in that case, since we didn't have boat, we could not save them. And we were heavily criticized. From that, we learned a lesson. Then we said, okay, in our fleet, we need a boat. We need boats as well. So we are going to buy 5 boats. Because monsoon comes every year, it's quite unpredictable. Again, the pre-monsoon, it's very unpredictable. So that is the main reasons that we are going to change our strategy on this type of jobs. Okay, having said this, now we made a plan that under one roof system, we provide all the services regarding this type of academic. Like, for instance, we got fire brigade, we got 6 engines, and we got ambulance, we have sub-Mahan, and then we got our very smart municipal police. So these are under one roof, and we got it's the toll-free number 1131. And very recently, we have introduced it's the LMC alert, wherein we provide 22 types of services, and we are planning to provide such services within 4 minutes time. But we haven't announced that simply because the traffic jam is beyond our control. We had very bad experience that in many times the ambulances were stopped in the traffic jam. Even the fire brigade engine was stopped in the traffic jam. So now we are planning to keep 4 separate substations wherein we are going to equip all of these equipment as well as Metropolis. Then we will announce that, okay, from now onwards, if there is anything happen, we will provide our services within 4 minutes time. But that is, we are doing our homework. So that once we complete our homework, definitely we will announce this.
Okay, thank you so much, Mayor Saab. The initiative that you have taken after the September 4th in the last week, it's really, really encouraging having all the services from one roof under the one roof. Thank you so much. I would like to also now turn into the Kathmandu metropolitan city. We have, being a young emerging leader of the capital city of Nepal, you have been the hope for our young generation. But young leaders have the challenges that they need to address the existing challenges and also consider the aspirations of the future generation. And it is more complex when your city is facing its impact of climate change in this situation. So what are the major challenges in this context for making the city sustainable, especially Kathmandu metropolitan city, to make it sustainable? What are the major challenges that you are facing? Yeah, will you highlight some of the major challenges that you are facing? Yeah,
thank you so much. Thank you, the government of Nepal, for organizing a global platform where we can discuss about our local issues and also related with the global issues. I'm very happy to be on this platform and share the challenges that we have been facing. So when we talk about the cities, globally, 50% of the population, they live in urban areas in cities. And by 2050, it is estimated that 70% of the population will be living in the urban cities. And at the same time, it's also talking about the Nepal, 60% of the population live in urban and peri-urban areas. and globally 70% of the carbon emission, it's from the cities because it's populated, because it's the center where different economic activities are happening, and it's also because of the infrastructure that we build in. So in this regard, cities are placed in such a position that cities are also the contributors of the carbon, but at the same time, they are uniquely vulnerable and they're in a position where they can actually address the issue itself. I want to remember and also quote the UN Secretary General, who has said that cities are where the climate battle will be largely won or lost. That means it's high time we invest in cities so that we make our cities sustainable and also inclusive. Talking about the challenges itself, so let's be Kathmandu specific now. Last monsoon was not something that we had expected. September 2024 was tragic, and also it shows that how prepared we are or how unprepared we are. And that in single event, 250 lives were lost. 500,000 households were affected, and 11,000 were displaced. At the same time, another is Kathmandu is very popular for the pleasant climate and the weather. But now we can see the rise in temperature. And that has not just affected the pleasant weather or the temperature of Kathmandu, but also has given rise to different hazards. For example, health hazards. Dengue was not something that we were familiar. So last decade or last 4 or 5 years has been very dangerous in terms of vector-borne diseases in Kathmandu. At the same time, airborne diseases, respiratory diseases are something that we have been saying it's alarming. Kathmandu, the topography itself is different. The forest fire, which are like miles away from Kathmandu, but it affects Kathmandu and the people who live in Kathmandu. These are the challenges that we have been facing. At the same time, another challenge that we face is infrastructure system. Dr. Lohani has also mentioned about the infrastructure and also retrofitting. So the traditional water management system, it's not ready to actually handle the intensity of precipitation that we have been experiencing lately. So that has also showed the challenges that we have been facing. At the same time, it's something, I have given like some of the examples of the challenges that we are facing, the specific one, but being local government, I think we are like two cities, but it's important that we speak for other local government too. We have different layers of government. The most closest government to the people is local government. So whenever there is like disaster, the first government that actually work with people or the action government is actually local government. But where is the position of local government when there is national negotiation, when there is global negotiation about the climate action? So the challenge is not just about whether we are prepared or not prepared, it's also about including the real government into the position where their voice has to be heard, not just in terms of implementation, but also from the planning. And then there is the point, there will be the climate justice. So that's something that I see as the challenge. So the challenge is not just about the infrastructure and the preparedness, it's also about bringing local government and the communities into the consideration and into the dialogue when we plan, and also make sure that the climate financing is actually accessible directly and also equitably to all the communities and local governments so that the real action can happen. And next is, of course, preparedness. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, Kathmandu Metropolitan City. Your observations about the different challenges that the cities are facing, and especially Kathmandu. Now, without taking much time, I would like to go to Professor Charan Singh. He's a very renowned professor from India. Is the challenges and the way forward that have been presented and highlighted by the keynote speaker, Dr. Loani, we see there is a huge financial need for the cities to achieve their sustainable development goals, which has also been highlighted just now from the Deputy Mayor of KMC as well. There is also a huge economic impact of the climate change to the cities, and it's more alarming in our South Asia region. In this context, how do you think that we have to be adopting the financing models that will be, in one hand, address the impact of the climate change, and on the other hand, it is within the limit of our economy? Will you also please share some initiatives on it that are taking place in India and also in South Asia? Professor Dr. Singh.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you very much for this excellent question that you have asked. I would like to take over from where she mentioned about what's happening to the local bodies. I totally agree. In case we want to bring in an effective change in climate issues, I think decentralized approach and community action is most important, because that is where the whole effectiveness would take place. In general, I would agree that in India we have lots of economic constraints and financial limitations on urbanization. About 35% of India lives in urban areas, which is large, and by 2030 will be 40%. And please remember, India's population is 140 crore. In Delhi, the capital city, we have 33 million people. In Bombay, we have 21 million. In Bangalore, we have 14 million. Huge urban centers. How do we finance these issues? So I think the best model, and I'll give you some illustrations from India, is the PPP model, the public-private partnership, and bringing in international finance. That's a very big help. And the global community and the national government and the subnational government understand the need. The issue of flooding has been referred both by the deputy mayor and the mayor, and these issues happen regularly in Bombay, and we are aware of it. How do we really modernize and make the cities resilient? I think blended finance plays an important role. In India, we are experimenting with green bonds. Our cities like Ahmedabad, Pune, Ghaziabad, Indore have experimented with waste management and public transport. The point which was made earlier, that 2% of GDP is lost while you are waiting in traffic jams. Extremely important. In Washington, I have seen that there is drone movement or cameras which decide where traffic jams are taking place, and immediately traffic police swings into action and ensures that traffic jams are minimized, because lots of pollution, apart from time wastage, takes place there. In a city in Pune in India, we have tried to do waste management, and we have improved it by having a fleet of 9,000 people whom have been trained as waste pickers. That's made a very big difference. In Uttar Pradesh, which is the largest state of our country, we are now experimenting with Miyawaki forests, clustered, focused forest. We are also planning from the waste management plastic roads one time, and that is helping us in a very big way. For the last 8 to 10 years, we have been experimenting with smart cities, and in the smart cities, the focus has been on infrastructure, and basically public transport is the key issue there. One good illustration where we are now bringing climate with the budget of the state, wherein we are engaging the local population, municipalities, is Orissa, another state, where we are looking at connecting it with the budget, and we are looking at impacting the water systems, because when there are unplanned rainfalls and heavy rainfalls, it's very important that the water moves out very quickly. Also, because these are having an impact, the floods and droughts having impact on the rural livelihoods. Retrofitting has been discussed, and we are now in the stages of research on retrofitting in major urban areas for buses. But please remember, retrofitting is a medium-term solution, but then involves huge cost in terms of what all can you retrofit? The buses, the trucks, the tempos, the autos, the cars. It's a huge exercise that needs to be done. But if you do the retrofitting, then you need service stations across the country, and that's an important issue. In India, we have every 5 years a finance commission, which decides the allocation of resources from the center to the states and to the subnationals. Since the last two, we have included disaster management, where we have requested as a term of reference for the finance commission to decide how do we go to the subnationals and the municipal corporations to ensure that climate becomes an integral part of the planning. The central bank of the country, and I'm so happy that the former governor is here from Nepal, the Central Bank of India has been focused exactly on climate issues and have now started talking in terms of shared pool of bankable green projects. So all the financial institutions know that these are the bankable green projects and money is then redirected to them. We are also encouraging green financing by bringing finances, green finances, into priority sector. We have also played an important guidance note to now start financing renewable energy sources, and in that the most important thing we are doing is the solar thing. And rooftop solar projects are very extensively being financed in the country, and we are ensuring that the energy produced surplus in your house is connected to the grid, and therefore it's incentivizing in a very big way. The government of India has also played a very important role, and I'll just give you one illustration of massive LED bulb campaign to reduce emission by 40 million tons annually, which is making a very big difference in the country. The last point before I want to close, I want to mention about the lifestyle for environment, which the Prime Minister mentioned at COP26 in 2021, where he discussed about environmental conscious consumption lifestyle. And that would make life in the urban areas far more climate oriented and ensure that the emissions that are taking place from the urban areas are minimized. Last year, we have also introduced a special act in the parliament with focus on green hydrogen, green ammonia, biomass for energy and feedstock. So these are the various initiatives which we are taking in our country to ensure that we are climate more responsible. Thank you.
Thank you, Charan Singh. You have highlighted the different initiatives that you have taken in India. So it is our participants have also been benefited from your experiences which you have shared. I would like to go to the floor now, because from our side, the panelists have taken much time. So before entering into the panelists, also some of the questions from the floor, I would like to first of all request to Mukhtar Babaev, who is the president of COP29, to first intervention from your side, being the president of COP29. Yeah, please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I will be short. Thank you to Mr. Sushil Kyawali for moderating this important conversation and our honorable panelists for their reflections, remarks. Cities are the meeting places of our societies. They bring people together to help unlock development, innovation, and prosperity. But they are also major contributors to the climate crisis and are highly vulnerable to its impacts. The importance of cities, of our societies, will only grow. The UN has predicted that nearly 70% of people will live in urban areas by 2050. We need to manage this rapid urbanization carefully so that it can deliver sustainable and just outcomes for all. At COP29, Azerbaijan launched the MAP Declaration for Resilient and Healthy Cities to drive progress on this critical topic. This declaration recognizes that cities bring together every part of our economy and society. It is therefore committed to work on multi-sectoral approaches to climate action and planning in urban areas. We have been delighted with the broad response. The MAP declaration has been signed by over 50 national governments and over 100 cities. We also launched the Baku Continuity Coalition for Urban Climate Action. This coalition of past and future COP presidencies will ensure that urban climate actions are coordinated and sustained between successive COPs. This will ensure that important topic does not slip down the agenda. Finally, the MAP declaration also encourages stronger links between international platforms for sustainable urbanization. This includes World Urban Forums, COPs, and World Environmental Days. Here I am delighted to confirm that Azerbaijan will host the 13th World Urban Forum in Baku in 2026 in collaboration with UN Habitat. This will be an important platform to address the challenges of rapid urbanization in a sustainable manner. It is the second major international gathering Azerbaijan is hosting in 3 years. This reflects the determination of the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, His Excellency Ilham Aliyev, for Azerbaijan to play a leading role in tackling the world's most pressing issues. Azerbaijan is appointing a special envoy for urban climate action to lead efforts to strengthen cooperation between international platforms on urbanizations. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Azerbaijan is raising ambition, driving action, and creating discussion on sustainable urbanization. We have an ambitious agenda of initiatives and events which are open to everyone. We invite you all to endorse the MAP declaration and to join us in Baku for the World Urban Forum next year. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukhtar. It is really an inspiration, the message being a prisoner of COP29, and also it's good to know that you are going to have the World Urban Forum in 2 years' time. So without taking more time, I now would like to open the floor, and then would like to get some of the queries. Be precise, and also please tell who you are, and then in which topic, to whom that you would like to address your queries. Yeah, from this side. Please provide the microphone. Yeah.
Thank you, moderator. My name is Indra Sapkot. I work for Ministry of Forest and Environment. My queries actually go to two of our mayors, and probably Mr. Padam can also respond. You know, our cities have many challenges: air pollution, traffic congestion, and of course, climate risk. But my concern is about smart green infrastructure. What sort of ideas have you explored yet to materialize the smart green infrastructure in your cities? And follow-up question is that, have you really got the support from your central and provincial government on your ideas? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maybe we'll pick up 3-4 the queries, and then we'll respond. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. My name.
Okay.
It's okay.
Shall
I take?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Myself, Binay, from Institute for Global Environmental Strategies in Japan. So I have 2 things I thought. I think looking at all the discussion, I think what is missing and what can solve everything. I am not finding the cities like Kathmandu or Lalitpur saying, why can't you say, make our Kathmandu or Lalitpur city climate smart and resilient? I think what is important is how fast you can bring the population or your subject in the mainstreaming of this climate issue. I think that's not happening. And second, I think we often see the cities are also a magnet for the rural to urban migration, and it is creating a big rift on the inequality. So I think cities also need to see it as a solution, how you can use the economic power to help economic development in your nearby cities or rural area. Why these two things are not happening? I think it has a huge, if it can be done, it could have a huge it has a huge policy implication, and also we can see on the ground change, and very fast. I think we need to, and the issue is we are not moving very fast. We are talking about a lot of serious things, but things are not moving fast. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Sakya, yeah, your turn. Yes.
Okay, next to her.
Thank you. Good evening. Good afternoon. It's always good to listen from the dais, and it enhances our level of understanding, as always do. And I'm very thankful to listen to you. And Mayor of Patan Municipality, and also Deputy Mayor of Kathmandu Valley. Both of them are working very hard, that we know. And also we believe on youth, a promising youth leader of Nepal. And we believe on youth to develop our country like you do. So my question, before my questions, that we know that you are working to make a city inclusive and safe for vulnerable groups, that both of you are working. And what I mean to say that cities need balance from growth to sustainability. And I studied that urbanization trend affects sustainability in cities, but green infrastructure play in sustainable urban planning. And my question to both of you is, what role does local government play sustainable urban planning and in promoting sustainable communities to make them more resilient to disasters? Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we'll take one question only at this point.
Maybe you are not looking at this side at all.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Okay.
Namaste. I am Jivan Pagani.
Yes.
I am DFO of Nawalparasi district and work under Ministry of Forest and Environment. I am asking about the sustainability of the city. I think every civilization in the world started from the river bank, or like Nile River civilization, another Sindhu Ghati civilization started from riverside. Like in Kathmandu and Lalitpur, Bagmati River has flowed since. But the Bagmati River, I think, is going to be vanished. Or what about the plan of the two new municipality for making sustainable cities, responsible communities, and healthy river of Lalitpur and Kathmandu metropolitan city? Or is it the plan of making plotting or selling gaderi, I think, like that, maybe, or the government. And what about the sustainable city, I think.
Okay.
Curiosity.
Thank you so much. Maybe I'll take one more, and then I'll come next round. First, the ladies first, and then. Please, ma'am.
I'm Dr. Vibha Dhawan, and I represent the Energy and Resources Institute, TERI, 50-year-old organization. And something on which we are working very closely, how do you make your cities more sustainable? And by that you mean, and it was also mentioned, green infrastructure. Because if we look at India, Nepal, and many other countries, that we are in a situation that 2/3 of the infrastructure is yet to be built, and therefore we have opportunity to go green. And by green I mean right from the building design, that you consume less of energy. That energy has to be renewable as much as possible, and use sustainable building material. And then, in a way, you also give a gradation to the buildings, and we have set up one system called GREHA. We also have living labs, because every city has a different experience. So even negative experience are to be somewhere recorded so that others learn from it. If we look at cities, one is building. other is transportation, and third is waste management. And for waste management, I'll say it is wasted material and not really waste. And that, again, is a source of energy. So what I would like to offer over here is that please learn. We have got a long way in India, and we'll be more than willing. The other thing, one should be little conscious, and let's look at the future. What we are also doing wrong, we are only looking at problems we are facing today. And you rightly mentioned development versus sustainability. The two can go hand in hand. We also have to look at modeling, because what happens in most of the mountainous areas, it has become, I should say, places for the rich people. They visit, there is a lot of tourism, they also build hotels, and all comes at the cost of environment. So we have to do the modeling, both how much is the carrying capacity of a particular state, and then go towards it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe I will come later on. I have seen lots of hands that have been raised. So before coming again to you, I would like to request to, especially to our mayors and also the concerned panelists who have been addressed by our participants. Yeah, maybe first, maybe the mayor from Lalitpur. Yeah, maybe you can club the queries that have been come up, and then and also respond on that.
Okay, thank you for very, very important questions. We will share answer by Deputy Mayor Sunita and myself, okay? Whatever answers I give, then rest. Rest, you take it off, okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, regarding the questions raised by Mr. Sapkota, it's the smart, clean infrastructure. I will not jump onto Kathmandu metropolitan city, okay? So I'm just going to tell you what we are doing by, say, Lalitpur metropolitan city. Now,